GM Fox fam. Hope everyone's having a good Thursday. Welcome to the governance call. All right. Lo-Fi Girl and I, we just don't get along very well when it comes to fade outs. But thank you for joining us today on a governance call. This is our 34th governance call. The numbers just keep ticking up week after week. Thank you for joining us in the Fox Den today. If you're new to this call, I'll just do a little bit of housekeeping beforehand. We will be going over all of the posts inside our Fox forum, as well as proposals that have just passed or are currently active on inside Snapshot, or also viewable at Boardroom, where we've got new proposals going on in the DAO for you to use your Fox and vote for new feature sets inside our product suite, as well as kind of all kinds of governance sort of proposals about how we do some tokenomics stuff, how the DAO operates, how work streams are formed, things like that. So this is the best weekly call that you can check in on what's going on. If you'd like to get a little more hands-on information about each of the individual proposals and ideas that happen inside our Fox forum. So on this call, we're going to go through some slides that are being shared on the Zoom link. The Zoom link is shared inside the ShapeShift Discord stage chat. And that chat is also the best place where you can ask questions throughout this call. So please feel free throughout this call to type out in the Discord chat as we move through the different proposals, or you can even raise your hand and we can bring you up on stage to ask your questions of the proposer or the forum post writer. We have a smaller agenda today, so I don't think we'll be going for a full hour, but we do tend to also leave open some time for Q&A at the end, and we may have some time for that. So if you are following along on the slides here, our agenda kind of walks from proposals that have recently just passed and goes backwards in time towards proposals that are still active, all the way to posts that have just been created inside the Fox forum and might need some more ideation before they are ready to go. So that's how we follow along with all of these things. And I am going to get into some past proposals and an active proposal, but I did have a request that we shuffle up the order here a little bit and bring up Toasty so he can present on his and Hunt's proposal that just is in the Fox forum right now. So I'm going to send an invite out to Toasty. I think just for scheduling stuff, we're going to try and do this one first, and then we will move on with our regularly scheduled governance call. So GM Toasty, how are you today?
GM, can you hear me okay? I'm taking this from my car.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, we hear you.
Awesome. Cool. Yeah, thanks for shuffling around a little bit. I really appreciate it. About to go into a gallery opening. Always support your local artists if you can. Yeah, so really excited to have this forum post made. This is going to be the combination and recombo of the growth and the marketing workstream back into one. As most everybody knows, Pete Coyne has left the marketing workstream as the leader and made myself and Hunt interim workstream leaders. With that being said, we decided to combine both of the work streams back together, and this will roll back the marketing work stream and end it about 2 months early. They were supposed to run until July 1st. I've been doing a little bit of a roadshow with the community AMA yesterday during the lunch call. So that was being recorded. If you guys want to hear a little bit more, me going in depth for about 20-30 minutes about what we're hoping to accomplish and the decision around rolling these work streams together, more can be found there. Just wanted to give everybody a quick update on timeline. We are looking to, as per request by John and some of the other community members, doing a wrap-up KPI from the last term for both growth and marketing. Hunt and I are hoping to have that accomplished before the middle or end of the weekend, as well as changing and updating a few budgeting items that have come to the surface. Once those have been updated, we'll let the community know that the forum is the most recent and up-to-date post, and we will then hopefully be going to ideation beginning of next week, Monday or Tuesday, and then from ideation going up to vote. So very excited, and hope everybody adds their feedback. into the forum, and if any changes or requests need to be made, either make them in the forum or reach out to myself or Hunt.
Awesome. Thanks, Toasty. And yeah, I'd like to just give an extra special thanks for all of the energy you and Hunt have put into this. I know this was kind of a surprise on you guys and it just fell into your laps, but you've been handling it really great.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks for the, we got a lot of talent.
Awesome. Yeah, it doesn't look like we have any questions here in the stage chat for you, but I'm sure we can direct any sort of concerns or questions to that forum post. And I look forward to seeing that KPI post that you guys put out there soon too.
Yeah, definitely. All right. Thanks, Tyler.
Thanks, Toasty. Okay, continuing on, we're going to move into, we did have one past proposal. This was Kent's proposal for funding the leadership of tokenomics through June 2022. GM Kent.
Hey, Tyler, how's your week going?
Doing well, sir. Maybe not as good as yours. You got 4.59 million votes. Yes, that's a pretty outstanding turnout for you guys.
Yeah, thanks. Cool timing too, because I kind of set it up so it would be done right before the governance call. So yeah, man, thanks to everybody who voted for this. I just want to give a shout out though there's been so many contributors who make this job easier and make me look good, and I'd be remiss if I didn't give some shout outs. So John, Willie, people on TMDC, Professor McCarthy, Rotorless, Josh, prior to, or previously she was working on the TMDC, Danielle, Eric, Ocean, all the Omis on the Olympus Bond crew, Seth and Darwin. So, and then many others as well. This has been the coolest thing, I think, to see over the the initial 4-month period of tokenomics is just this little nice little community, a growing community gathering around these fun topics, and it's so cool to have everybody participate in these weekly calls that we do on Tuesday. So thanks to everybody for that. I'm really excited about the following quarter that's outlined here. If you look at the proposal, I've outlined some kind of high level goals. Budgetarily speaking, we're going to be clocking in at a total of about 92K here, thanks to not having to really, we didn't have to dig into the initial 50K allocation for bounties and contributions last quarter, or last 4 months, so I just rolled that over. At the end of this quarter, if everything's cool, there might be some budgetary modifications for bounties, but I'll plan on doing probably a 6-month term at that point, or proposing it. And just looking ahead, there's a lot going on here that is very tokenomics centric. Things are getting busy. We have Foxy, of course. The TMDC itself has been allocated the task of determining how token rewards will flow into the contract. We have VFox, which will consist of myself, John, and Willie initially on the committee for that. These things all tie in heavily to tokenomics, and we have other initiatives too, like Angel Vault. So just tune in every Tuesday or drop by the channel, and I'm just really looking forward to doing my best to making the DAO what it can be. I want to also mention, like, anecdotally, I have more and more people getting in touch from various organizations about, like, wow, how can we decentralize? I know one of the goals initially was ShapeShift decentralizing and becoming a DAO was to inspire others. I don't want to name any specific organizations, but there's definitely some indications that this is happening. We're inspiring others. So it's an example, which is awesome. So
yeah, it's been a really long time since Shape, so it feels real nice to have people looking up to us again like that.
Humble beginnings.
Mm-hmm. Well, thank you, Kent. I will also echo how awesome your call is. It's one of my favorite calls every week. So if you guys are looking for more information on tokenomics, please jump in to the tokenomics call on Tuesdays.
Thanks, dude. This is one of my favorite calls too, governance.
Thank you, sir. Moving on, we have one proposal that is still up for vote, and we've had Conscious come up here graciously 4 or 5 times now. We'll do one last song and dance, sir, if you'd like. Let me give you an invite. right, invite sent.
Hi, to you.
GM, sir, how are you this afternoon?
What up? I'm doing great, buddy. Thanks for asking. Yeah, so it's actually gotten enough votes to hit hard quorum already, which is awesome. So, but I'll just do a general synopsis again for anybody who's missed any of my previous chats about it. And it basically just rolls up the infrastructure side of things into a more formal and long-term arrangement using more flexible reimbursement tools that the DAO already uses to pay employees, that being Colony. Last I checked, there were like 4.5 million votes, so it looks like we're pretty much good to go. Our little baby's all grows up and is paying for its own data center now, all by its own self. It's a beautiful thing. I don't really know if I have anything else to touch on at this point, but yeah, if there's any questions that the community has about how this proposal works or changes things or how things will be moving forward, feel free to reach out.
Awesome. Thank you, Conscious. And thank you for working with Taxi Stake on this as well. It's so nice to see our DAO partnerships with someone as crucial as Taxi Stake going as well as it has been. So thank you for all of your efforts in all of this.
Indeed. Thank you. And thank you, Taxi Stake.
Okay. Moving back into this, I keep saying and I got someone in my DMs yelling at me every time I say so I'm going to try and say it a little less. Ideation in boardroom is still out. I'm going to say instead of how about that? So we've got this, now that I'm saying it, I'm just going to keep saying it though, guys. This is the worst. Our template is there that Willie has so graciously put out there. So please, wow, now I'm just going to keep saying, please follow along there if you have any questions about specifically what you're supposed to be posting inside the forum. Wow. Okay, moving right on to the ideation post. I'm going to have a big old number at the end of this call. We've got McChadwick, GBeast, and CryptoMeg coming up with some ideations posts. I need to take a pause and take a drink. Jeez. Let's see, we got let me send out some invites to Meg as well as Pasta Ghost and GBeast if we're out there. GM Meg.
GM Tyler. How are
How are you? I'm doing well. How are you? It seems you guys have figured out some things with your proposal. I'm excited to see that.
We've ironed some shoes out. I know the plight of umming and uhing, so stay strong. You will break it eventually. Especially once you become hyper conscious of it. It is like annoying. You start to annoy yourself as you keep hearing yourself say it.
I'm like in that first step of awareness, like right today too. So it's just hitting me like a ton of bricks.
You know what's funny is you're probably doing this to everybody else on the call who's about to come up and talk or who has already talked now. And now I'm thinking of it, and I hope I can still have my regular train of thought. So our proposal is up for ideation. We already have, last time I checked, like 12 votes, but I think we spiked up even from there. I feel a sneeze coming on. One moment. Okay, it's gone. The cool thing within this post is, 17 votes already. Hell yeah, with 100%. Love to see it. Thank you for the support, everyone who's hopped in there so far. In the comments section, you'll also see some thoughts from the team. So you can also, kind of get to know some of the personalities, hop in, see what they're excited about for the upcoming proposal. But we did have, for those of you that don't know, I mentioned it at the last governance call, I'll just briefly state it again, one of our top leaders in the customer support work stream left a little over a week ago. Not under any negative circumstances against the DAO or anything personal. They just had some life circumstances come up that required them to exit as quickly as they could. Thankfully, he's still helping us out. This was Mark, SS Mark, He's still helping us out with transitioning and giving us documentation and doing a little bit of training to our current managers, Donna and Julius, who are now stepping up. And basically, we took Mark's role and chopped it up into a bunch of responsibilities and dished those out to the leadership team, as well as a couple of the support agents will be gaining some new responsibilities. So our thought was, do we open up a new position or can we try to make do? I mean, he was a crucial part of the team, handled a lot of responsibilities. But my team kind of kicks ass and they immediately said they wanted to step up. They wanted to take some more responsibility. So we went with that. And for the sake of transparency on this call, I did increase the salary of two of my managers, Donna and Julius, because they took on a big portion of responsibilities that was once on Mark's plate. So you will see that change in the proposal. It's all within reason. And the proposal still comes in less than it was per month than the previous proposal. We're also saving some money through my changes in my role. I'm stepping back into a part-time role as I approach having my second child this late summer. So that will begin roughly around May, but I'm still going to be managing all things leadership team, payroll, paying vendors, and kind of high-level management, but I won't be as further into the day-to-day stuff. Yes, PTT. I'll be looking a lot like that very, very soon. We actually find out on Monday if it's a boy or a girl, so that's exciting. So maybe we can have a proposal where if enough Fox is dedicated, I'll let you guys name my baby if you'll pay me a bunch of Fox. Wouldn't that be cool? But yeah, that's.
Oh man, that sounds really, really great. I think we should get a proposal up for that ASAP.
But Foxy McFox perfect.
Foxy Fox Face. TDMC, how much money can we put aside to this?
It will take 1,000 Fox to name baby. No, we're gonna need more than that. But yeah, so while it was a really rough couple of weeks, losing one of our top members of the team, I can say, we're feeling very optimistic about taking on the challenges ahead. We're really excited about the support from the community so far and happy to continue providing great support.
Thank you, Meg. The first thing out of my mouth was I can't believe it. So I got to say, LPX has posted to name her 0xC77. I'm not going to finish it, but an address would be a great name for a baby, I think.
That's very Elon Musk. Yeah.
Well, congratulations, by the way, and I'm super excited to hear about the elevations inside your team and how you guys are handling everything with Mark's absence. So super stoked to see how you guys will handle this and see the elevation of those support agents.
Thank you. Yeah, and they're all very deserving of it. And they've been with the team for multiple years now. We actually are celebrating, I think someone's going on 3.5 years as a support agent with us, which is pretty badass considering turnover in the customer support world tends to be a little bit more frequent than that. So we've got some vets and some long haulers with us, and I hope to keep it that way. Thanks, guys.
Thanks, Meg. We hope to keep it that way too. So we will see this one up for a vote soon, and hopefully the next time we are at a governance call, you guys will be able to be putting your Fox to vote, or your Foxes to vote for this. I don't see a Pasta Ghost out there, so I'll just very lightly talk over the Keep Key workstream proposal if this is your first time hearing about this. There's an AMA call that we recorded and is saved inside the recorded meetings from about a week and a half ago, where Highlander and Pasta Ghost graciously came on stage and talked for about an hour and a half about all things Keep Key, the LLC that they're running that is running the hardware wallet Keep Key, as well as the proposal that they've got that is a partnership with their LLC and the DAO. There's a whole bunch of details that we went into on that AMA, and there's been a kind of an evolution from the initial post in the forum to the ideation post that we have right now. And there is a Keep Key general channel as well that is the best place to get in contact with Highlander or Pasta Ghost. So if you have any questions about the Keep Key workstream or looking to follow up a little bit more on this, I would suggest any of those resources I just mentioned, or even reach out to me and I can point you in the right direction. The last thing we have on here is GB's SCP-73. I don't see anyone from Giveth in the crowd except for Willie Fox. I'm not sure, Willie, if you want to hop up here and chat like you usually do about these things. I'm also happy to cover it as well. But you're such a part of both of these DAOs that it's good to hear from you.
Cool, thanks, Tyler. Yeah, always happy to chat Giveth. So there's a proposal up right now in the ideation stage for a Fox Give token swap. I will post the link to that in the stage chat if anyone wants to check it out. This is designed to be very similar to the token swap that we executed last year with OneHive, in which we would swap $250,000 worth of Fox for $250,000 worth of Give, and then we would deposit $500,000 worth of Fox and Give to HoneySwap, and Giveth would deposit $500,000 worth of Fox and Give to HoneySwap. So we would increase liquidity by 1 million. There's no immediate cost to us. There is obviously risk of whatever happens with the Give token price, but that risk goes both ways. It's a great, as we've seen from the OneHive swap that we executed, it's a great alternative to liquidity mining in which the DAO has to spend a lot of Fox to rent liquidity. In this case, this is protocol-owned liquidity. Doesn't cost us anything upfront, and the liquidity is revenue generating from the fees earned from trades. So this is an awesome proposal. Give it this an awesome community, and so far it looks like there's been a lot of support for this. So I invite you guys to check out the proposal and add any questions or comments there.
Yeah, and I would also add additionally, there was an AMA that we held last week, or was it 2 weeks ago, between Giveth and ourselves, and that's also a great place to get any more additional information and follow up on.
Yes, great call. Thanks for the reminder on that. Tyler, I'll see if I can find the link and drop it in stage chat.
Awesome. Thanks, Willie. Moving into our new forum posts, these are items that have potentially could go into ideation, but they might also be just a kind of a way for someone to reach out to the rest of the community and talk about their idea and get some help forming it into a proposal or getting it on to the next steps. And we've got Hunt and Toasty already spoke, so that one's been crossed off. We have LPX up. You out there, LPX? I do see you. Wow, it must be super early in the morning for you, sir. Thank you for making the time to join us. Sent you out an invite. GM.
GM, what am I what am I up for?
We've got your bounty, the 25K Fox for the direct implementation of your super cool Cosmos auto compound tool.
I think for now, it's best to put that on hold because I was assuming that the Kepler wallet would have been, I guess, not ready, but like in the near future to be ready. But apparently right now there's no timeline on when that's gonna be ready. So
I do know I was sitting in a call earlier where during product office hours where it was highly encouraged for us to motivate getting Kepler integrated. So if there's a blocker here for this that is just Kepler, maybe the spirit of this proposal can live on, or this bounty can live on, and we can be a little flexible with the dates around Kepler. Is that something that you might be interested in?
perhaps I need to do some research, but yeah, I'm not really sure exactly how the platform is handling wallets. Engineering team should know a lot more.
It sounds.
So to get this done, we will need to implement a thing called HD Wallet Kepler. We're still in the specification phase for designing that, and then we'll need to bounty that out and get someone to do it. There are at least a few groundwork changes that will need to go in, not necessarily for that, but for our support of Cosmos message signing to be improved a little bit in HD Wallet as well. So it is definitely on our list of things to do. I just think it's probably too many things down the line to give a useful time estimate at the moment.
Yeah, so I guess that's my dilemma. Probably sounds like something engineering should do.
Yeah, I don't view it as such a dilemma. It seems like we might have to organize some of our priorities a little bit and get serious about which ones we really want to focus our team and or bounty out to make sure we can hit deadlines. But I really appreciate you following through in the outline that product has done for external bounties here. And I really want to encourage participants and future people to do kind of what you've done here as well. There's some really awesome things that you've done with this tool that you built yourself. I know that there's a lot of DAO members out there that are currently using it, and I do think that it would be a really great service for us to provide inside ShapeShift, the app itself. I do know previously when Eric stepped up here and did a bounty himself, there were some flexibilities and some kind of negotiations around the specifics of this to make sure that it was achievable, but maybe slightly uncomfortable in the deadlines. And it sounds like there might be a little bit of pushback, maybe from engineering right now around it being a little too much in that uncomfortable versus achievable. But I would highly encourage you to not be discouraged by the first response here. And we've been extremely innovative here, from setting aggressive deadlines and picking up the pieces around making sure we hit those. And I know I've said a lot.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, when the time is right, I guess I'll revisit it. But for now, yeah, anyone can just go to foxfriends.com and just go from there, I guess.
Awesome. Yeah, and I would highly encourage perhaps anyone in product here who might be able to help LPX get this queued up and ready. I do think that we've had some really exciting growth here in the DAO that has been spurred by external bounties. And it's really forced us to think about scaling and our work cycles in different ways. So I'm super excited by the amount of effort and energy that you put into this. And I hope that we can find a way to meet your exciting ideas and our timelines in some kind of happy medium that we can get this out here and meet your bounty to a interested and passionate bounty hunter.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you.
Well, thank you, LPX. If anyone is interested in this, there's a link to this in the slides where you can see it in the forum. And like LPX said, this tool is actually live and available right now for IBC auto compounding. You'd have to use the Kepler wallet, or I think there's some other IBC wallets out there available. And if you are interested in aping in or getting in right now, you unfortunately can't use the Fox wallet. But if you enjoy this experience and think that we should be incentivizing or motivating this into the ShapeShift app for everyone, maybe you can help be the push with LPX to get this into a bounty and into a proposal. And last, we have our old forum posts. This is just kind of a way for anyone who might have to provide updates on things that we talked about last week to come up and chat more, maybe follow up on any sort of action items that may have come from them. I do know there's been some discussions on the second one listed here about the ShapeShift DAO documentary film production inside the forum post. And that forum post, we're looking to set up an AMA with the documentary crew. I haven't seen much for details on that bounty from Eric. I'm not sure, Eric, if you have any updates on that, but we can also kind of just let it slide if everything's available on that forum post there as well. Cool. Well, looks like this was a quick and easy governance call. 30 minutes. That might be one of the fastest ones we've ever done. I do have one last slide for open Q&A. If anyone's got anything they'd like to bring to discuss with the rest of the DAO. Oh, looks like I got a couple people up here. GM Foxes, how are you?
GM Fox McCloud, you're up here first. You go first.
Thank you, Josh. Thank you, Tyler. Howdy, community. Hope everyone's doing well. GM. Yeah, I just wanted to come up very briefly. We, myself, Willie, and Diggy from the product team met with some of the perp team yesterday. And had a great discussion with them about moving along this bounty. But one of the things that came up were things that were talked about months and months ago when this bounty was first put in the forum post. But talking about token swaps and rev share. They are going to give us a good amount of rev share through this integration, and it sounds like even more than initially planned. We were thinking something along 30%, and now it's looking more like 40 to 55%, which is fantastic. But really did just want to kind of start to gauge the community's interest. If we did want to do some sort of token swap with perp, of course, would diversify our treasury a little bit. It also is a token that we can stake and earn yield on, and of course would align the two DAOs. I talked with them yesterday, and they were interested potentially in doing an AMM, so we could get one of those scheduled potentially in the future. But just wanted to, like I said, gauge some interest and share that news with the community.
Awesome. Yeah. Would the best place for us to coordinate doing do you mean AMA? Or are we?
Yes, thank you. We're not an automated market maker. Yes, and ask me AMA. Ask me anything.
For sure. I thought maybe there was this new cool hip acronym I was not caught up on. But yeah, it might be best for us to put a forum post out there to do the coordination, or if we just want to get straight into the AMA and the community's excited for it, I'm sure we can get a group discussion going between myself, the perp team, maybe Willie and Hunt, and find a time, sneak it in on GK's calendar.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll continue to look into that and find a good time for everybody.
Sounds great.
Yeah, I'd love an AMA with them. Thanks for organizing that.
Awesome. And looks like it's just you and me now, Josh.
Now it's me. Hey, so I had a question, and this might be best answered by the foundation, the Fox Foundation folks that are here. What is the plan when the Fox Foundation when the Fox Foundation works itself out of a job? Is there crypto that goes to the DAO when that happens? I can't remember if I remember hearing that or not.
Yeah, so the foundation, if you recall in the initial, when we did the airdrop and the decentralization announcement, the foundation was allocated 7.5% of the total Fox supply. We haven't received that Fox because the foundation is just recently been formed. So right. I don't know if we've shared that yet, but woohoo! Foundation is officially a real thing. We just got the documents, I think, yesterday, so we still have some setup to do, but that's a huge milestone that we've been waiting on since last year. So, woohoo! So we will be receiving some of that Fox soon. Even though we didn't receive it, the initial round of liquidity mining came from the foundation's 7.5%. So that was like 1.5% of the total supply. So we've got 6%, and we've got some plans to use our 6% in OTC deals with some purchasers to swap some Fox for USDC. So we will be receiving about $10 million of stablecoins to support our runway and our roadmap and our mission to achieve full decentralization and wind down the foundation and pass complete control over to Fox token holders. And at that time, yes, the plan is to return any unused funds in our treasury to the DAO treasury.
Okay, so the Fox Foundation is going to have an ETH address, a treasury, just like the DAO does, and whatever it does, whether that's Fox, I'm super encouraged to hear there's plans to do some OTC deals and get $10 million of stable coins in there. Whenever that treasury, when Fox Foundation winds down, if anything is left, everything in that treasury will be transferred to the DAO treasury.
Correct.
Okay. Okay. Cool. No, that that question came up when Conscious was up here, right? And the DAO is starting to take over infrastructure costs and more costs, and so it is nice to know that. Okay, well then the foundation is spending less, and that is still will directly correlate to a financial benefit to the DAO because there'll be more funds in the DAO's treasury when it winds down. So that's helpful.
So just
Thank
to
you.
clarify one specific point there, which is just because we have the taxi stake instance of Unchained that's being ran, the foundation is still continuing to run a
Yeah.
redundant instance of that. So
Right.
we are not actually saving money by that proposal. We are achieving another a small step towards decentralization with that proposal. But it does pave a path in the future, even if Foxing doesn't become a reality, for the foundation not to have to exist in its full scope, only to run Unchained. And you can imagine that that's much less, it's much more cost effective for Taxi Stake to run it than to have entire staff and foundation spun up just for that sole purpose. So I do think it's a really great cost that we should be pretty happy to pay, even just for that alone.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Thanks for the clarification there too. That's right. Foundation is still running the infrastructure it was running previously at this time.
Yeah, and that's certainly a decision we could, in the future, revisit. I think for now, right, as we're still, all this stuff's still very new, and Taxi Stake's obviously been very stable, and Unchained's been very stable in general. In a couple months, maybe we revisit that and say that there's been no, the availability of Taxi Stake's been so high that there's really no need to. But for the time being, that's currently the posture of the, I guess, it's currently what's going on right now with the infrastructure.
Okay. Cool. Thank you. That answers my question.
Great. Anyone else got any questions in the stage chat or would like to come up on the stage? All right. Well, I will give one last announcement as well. If this is your weekly dose of the DAO, we do have a new call that has been added to our monthly calendar, and that is the All Fox. We are bringing back an old centralized tradition of getting an all hands meeting happening once a month. And our first one is scheduled for 4/20, a little bit later, like a week and a half from now. And this will be a hour-long call that each work stream will be able to give some high-level monthly KPIs, goals, metrics, roadmap things, and you'll be able to follow along with each work stream, and we'll have a little more accountability and transparency inside all of the progress, kind of like a month-by-month view. So we'll keep letting you guys know about that on our ops sprint and things like that, but we will also have that call scheduled on Wednesday, 4/20. So we will see you there. Well, thank you for making it a great governance call, guys. Governance call number 34. And mad props to H Payne for giving me that phenomenal graphic of governance calls to time. I think I'll be using that at the end of my slides next week just to show people how much gains we're making week over week here. So I didn't say it earlier. Make it a good GM, folks, and we'll see you out there.
go from the other side.
Well, who threw Tyler off with that thing?
I don't know. I want to know who it was too.
Never was. I'm getting an error with depositing into Foxy. Looks like a 400 error. Hello, hello, hello.
Oh, son of a bitch, the thing was double muted. Yeah, can you show me your screen, Shifty? Let me check it out, would you?
I mean, I'm posting the error from what I got in the console log right now.
Oh, okay, yeah. Because I know that I've tested it this morning, Diggy did, a lot of people, so I just want to make sure that we're not missing something here. $400 error. This was what wallet, Shifty?
Native.
Native, and this was just on the initial approval or the stake?
I'm already approved, and now I have to confirm the deposit. And
Yeah,
when I try
and
to
that's
sign and broadcast, that's what I get.
okay. Yeah, I hadn't seen it, so let me see if I can try to recreate it again right now.
You know what? It might be because I'm almost out of ETH.
Oh, okay, yeah, because it costs like about, I don't know what gas is right now, but I know it was like 30 or 40 bucks when it was
Yeah, I need more ETH.
okay.
Yeah, I was just able to do it.
Yeah, okay, cool. Whew, thank you. Thanks for testing that though, Shifty. Yeah, so I know everyone was like listening to the government's call and stuff, but DeFi gave me some expectations that he had. So I guess because of the Cosmo call and stuff, the go no go, with deadlines being shifted to kind of next week, he didn't want to hold up anything for any of these PRs that didn't go in yet. So he basically was like, "Could we ship what we have currently? Will it mess up prod? If not, let him know. Let him know, and he'll ship it, and then we can test more in prod with the flags turned on if we want to choose to turn them on and test." But he wasn't going to hold up this release for it. So I mean, I guess you guys could have followed along, but he made sure to hit me up on that a couple times. So GM Lich, see you snuck in. I mean, I know you were here, but I see you snuck into the channel here. Lich, if you've been talking all this time, we haven't heard a word you said. Just saying.
Anime is problematic because it fetishizes Asian women.
Oh, she might have been
Anime
talking
is
the whole time. Oh, Lord.
Problematic because it fetishizes Asian women.
Cap, I let the K fly, look like the magic carpet or something, Latin drapes. Your opinion don't make my European tour date stop. So baby, won't you make my day and tell me a straight lie? Tell me this the best you ever do, rag the suede, it's the knot in the front. I made that kitty smoke, I might say, not in the front.
You know better than to be smoking in front of my house. Take that to the backyard. I don't say nothing.
Sorry, mama, but your daughter the one. We just finished round six.
So when it gets pushed to prod, does he want us to just test Foxy and Cosmos? Or like, are they holding off on Cosmos because of the shit that was happening, all the errors and stuff?
They're not holding off. It's just going to be behind the feature flag. So once it's in prod, we will be able to continue to test on it, but it'll be behind the feature flag, so it won't affect our normal
Asian
users. Foxy is going to be turned on by default once it hits prod, since it's got all the stakeholders approval and stuff for the soft launch. So that will be live once it hits prod, and I know Shifty's opening once it hits prod.
You know better